We're going to go over to Thousand Oaks, California right now for my next guest, which I'm very excited about. I can't say enough about this next person. I've been such a huge fan of his work for many years, and we first met in 2011 on the Dave Koz inaugural Alaskan cruise. Gregg was musical director, and that was our first time collaborating and working together, and that spawned a friendship, and we would go on to do many numerous shows throughout the years and recording projects. And an incredible, accomplished keyboard player, producer, composer. His body of work is very vast and very deep. And we're going to see if he's there right now. Gregg, are you there, my friend?
Vincent, great to see you. Great to talk to you.
Always a pleasure, my friend. And it's. Let me just first start off by saying it's been way too long since I've seen you. Obviously, last year nobody could get together, with everything going on. And so I do hope to see you soon, because it's been a minute, to say the least,
Yes, we all feel that way. But you know what? This Zoom thing and this video chat is, it's fantastic that we have the technology.
I remember that first cruise, I had a lot of music to learn, but I was very excited about doing your show because, I've long been a fan of your music, as well as my parents, who followed the contemporary jazz genre for many years. So, but I think doing that show with you, your show, in one of the venues on the ship, that was my highlight of the week. That was the most fun show we did. What do you recall from that time period?
This was the first cruise that Dave put together, so we were in the planning for months. 6 months.
Yeah.
For everything, every event. So to be able to focus on my own shows was like, oh, geez, I guess I got to do my own thing now and get that together.
Yes.
That was cool.
Yes. Which I still get messages about that, people saying that was the highlight of their week. So you just never really know what's going to strike a nerve with people. And, it doesn't matter what show it is, what venue, what song. Music touches everybody differently. And in that case, that was a magical time for me. But we would actually go on from there to collaborate. I would play in your show a lot. We would do a couple co-bill shows together. Most notably, we went to Jakarta and we played a co-bill show at the Java Jazz Festival, I think 2013 or so. That was quite a highlight and quite a trip. We had a great band there, had lots of fun doing that, Most people watching right now, you have finally a brand new project coming out. Is that right?
Yeah, it's funny how that happened. It's sort of a long story, but my love for Brazilian music in general started way back when I was playing very involved jazz fusion in an original band in Washington, D.C. And I met the chef at the little jazz club where we used to play, and we started talking, and he said, yeah, I used to live in Brazil, and I got a great record collection. If you ever want to check it out, come on over. So he let me borrow over a dozen classic Brazilian LPs. And that was my whole listening situation for many, many years when I would be driving to gigs, in my van with a great stereo system. I just listened to this great music by artists like Milton Nacimento, Edu Lobo, and all of the artists that they were associated with. And I never understood the lyrics, and I also never bothered to transcribe the songs or sit down at the piano and learn them or anything, but they just kind of washed over me for so many years. And then after being in Los Angeles for a while, I quickly got involved with a number of Brazilian artists who had moved up from Rio. Ricardo Silveira, Sergio Mendes. I toured with Sergio for over a year. And through Sergio and Ricardo, I met Dori Caymmi, another iconic Brazilian artist living in Los Angeles. And I ended up recording with those guys and playing live a lot. So fast forward to just about almost a year ago. I'm at home in isolation. And after I had just recently moved, I found an old box of cassettes because I had recorded almost every gig that I've played. My band's, other people's bands. So I found this cassette that had said Dori at Le Cafe with a star on it. And Le Cafe was this tiny club that we used to play. And I played this tape, and the gig was one of our better gigs. The sound was perfect, so everything gelled. And I just got very emotional recalling this period in my life. It was about a 4 or 5 year period. Some of my favorite music, some of my favorite gigs. And so at that point, I sat down and I said, let me just remember some of these songs on piano. And gradually one thing led to another, and I just got so inspired to recall some of these songs that I had played, and then also research some of the songs that I listened to so many times but never played. Classics by Milton Nacimento and his contemporaries, which were mostly recorded between the late 60s and the mid to late 70s, this great period of Brazilian music. So one thing led to another. I got back into production, got back into practicing a lot of piano, figuring out arrangements, and I had never done a solo concert, a solo piano concert. I have 1 or 2 solo piano pieces that I've had on my CDs over the years.
Right.
And I usually do my one-piece Sound of Emotion in my shows, a little break from the whole band, and I do that one solo piano.
Which is a beautiful piece, yes.
It's all solo piano, a very romantic, textural. It's not jazz, it's not world, it's not new age, but somewhere in between. There's also a number of original pieces, and I redid Dori's song, which was a song that I had written for Dori that was just piano and his voice.
Right.
And that was also on the Sound of Emotion CD. So it's now coming out in early February, and it's kind of exciting to do something new and completely different. But let's just see if people enjoy it and get some good feelings and some joy and stress relief, because that's what we all need.
That's what we all need right about now. And, enjoy it. We will. And congratulations to you. We're very excited to hear it. And we're going to actually have you play a little snippet, give everybody a little preview from that album right now. Always a pleasure to catch up with you, my friend. Congratulations on the new project, and I hope to see you very soon.
Thanks a lot, and hello to all of our friends at Rick's Cafe Live. It's been a blast sharing music with you over the year.